Alright, YouTubers, behold the Proton Saga Iswara. 3.5 years since the last video, which was when I bought it. November 2017. Wow, how time flies. Finally, here's the update video. I can't believe the amount of views that video got. It seems this is a very popular car, obviously. Well, it's just different in it. It's odd. And obviously, they're big in Malaysia still. So obviously a lot of Malaysians have found it. Shout out to you guys. Thank you for all the nice comments. Your country's car. Saga Iswara. What can I say? We now have 37,300 miles on the clock. Did I think I'd have this car for this long? No. Have I become slightly emotionally attached to this car? Yes. A bit sad, maybe. I've given it a little clean yesterday, interior, outside, washed and waxed. There's a reason for that. A few days ago, the driver's side wheel fell off. So, a warning to anyone, please do check your car for corrosion, particularly these, because if the shock absorber corrodes, your wheel will fall off. Thankfully, and I can't believe this, I'm a bit superstitious about the whole thing. It happened whilst I was reversing pretty much stationary outside a relative's house as well. I heard a bit of a thud. I thought, oh my God, has the clutch gone or something? Tried to move again. It just wouldn't move. And I said to a relative who was a passenger at the time, I said, I think my wheel's fallen off. And she was like, no, it hasn't fallen off. And I got out. I was like, yeah, that's fucked. That is properly fucked. So AA came out and I said, look, has this got to go? Sort of, is this off the road now? And he's like, nah. Just replaced the shock absorber. Took it to the garage. They found one within like 2 days and fitted it, and here we are. We're back on the road. So she lives on, thank God. Because I really like this car. There's something about it. It's like a tin can. It's just fun to drive. When I said before the handling was like a boat, yeah, you don't want to be going fast around corners, but it holds itself quite well. Once you've got new tyres on it, it's really surprising. You can have a lot of fun in this car. I mean, this cost me £400. I spent £600 when I first got it, doing the cam belt, etc. And I actually had the passenger side shock done. That was split. So I think that's why it was off the road for a while before I got it. And the garage did say to me, keep an eye on the driver's side. And obviously after 4 years, or nearly 4 years, 3.5 years, that now went. And like I said, thank God it was stationary. I was going motorway speeds earlier that day. So I'm just glad to be alive, to be honest. Because if that had, well, I wouldn't like to think. I would not want to have an accident in this car. That's one thing I'll say about it. As fun as it is, and as cheap and cheerful as it is, we've got no airbags, we've got no safety whatsoever. You will literally be a crumpled mess if you have an accident in this car. So be careful, anyone who drives an older car, especially this. It is made of tin, but that's why it's so fun. That's why it's so light. That's why it's so nippy. But yeah, apart from that, like basic servicing, like nothing's gone on it. Literally nothing. It's never let me down. I've done a 1,000-mile journey on this in 2 days. I've done 100-mile journeys. I'd trust this to go anywhere, to be honest. I mean, it's not, the seats are comfortable for a long journey, but your knee, from the accelerator, your knee gets a bit, obviously cruise control would be nice. Yeah, right. You're not going to get that on here, are you? But radio still works. We'll have a look at the outside in a minute. And the cigarette lighter still unused. It's all good. I've not used that. Storage compartments. I'm just basically saying the same thing as I did on the last video. Gearbox. I love this. When it's cold, it's like you can feel the clunk of the gears. It's quite amusing. And just there's something satisfying about getting a gear change right on this. It's just like, it just has like a clunky feel, but in a good way. It's like you can feel everything on this car. It's brilliant. It's got so much character. I honestly love it. Anyway, enough waffling. I'll give you an exterior little look around. It's getting a bit rusty on the arches, but I'll show you under the bonnet as well. On the previous video, I was like, I'll show you under the engine bay. I was like, yeah, it's under the bonnet really, isn't it? I kind of mix up my words a bit when I'm doing a video because I don't script any of this. So, and guess what? I still have not found that fuse. That's such a brilliant quote in it from the Top Gear episode. I'm glad some people realised what I was on about. I love that when he drops it in the river, like bloop. But anyway, we'll have a look round. Isn't this the most annoying noise though? Like, what were they thinking? Honestly, what were they thinking? Oh yeah, we're missing 2 hubcaps. This one fell off when I pretty much first got it. I did try to find it, but I couldn't find it. It sort of disappeared. And this one fell off when a friend of mine borrowed it quite recently, actually. So yeah, we've got a bit of rust on the arches, but you got to expect that, haven't you? You know, that's why I say be careful of corrosion, especially underneath. As you'll see, we've got a new, I don't know if you can see the light, but there's a new shock there. Yeah, a new shock with a rusty spring. I should probably get a suspension kit for this. I think it'd really benefit from it. But yeah, here it is. I think we're getting traffic, brilliant. So it's been 3.5 years. But I'm surprised how well the paint's held up, really. I've still got the original plate. It doesn't fail because it's not going on the letters, so they pass it. But that's the original plate, Bolton car centre. Sort of left all the stickers on it, as you can see on the windscreen. Still got a tax disc on it, something we don't use now in the UK. Yeah, still got the sticker on the passenger window. Yeah, the hubcaps have stayed on the passenger side. But yeah, like I say, if anyone's, well, I don't know, there's probably no one looking for one of these, but prices are slowly climbing, I've noticed. You're getting close. You're talking £1,000 now for a decent one. Yeah, rusty arch. Don't know if these will just, you know, I've sort of, I mean, it's going to get rusty. Basically, the body will go on this before the engine. The engine will just keep going, I think, Mitsubishi. Outside, kept the 10th anniversary special sticker. The little guy that was on here, if anyone remember, he's come off, but he's in the glove box, I think. So, but I've not changed the exhaust. It's a bit rusty. Yeah, I'll show you under the bonnet, and I think give it a little rev, and that'll conclude. I'll do a driving video at some point. It is a lot of fun, but it's just a car you don't have to worry about. You know, you can park it anywhere. No one likes to park next to it. The only thing I have noticed, you do get treated a bit, sort of, in the UK at least, you get treated a bit, what's the word, like you're scum, like you shouldn't be on the road. And I think people think that's all you can afford, but they didn't realise you might be driving it just because you like driving a cheap banger. You know, you don't have to worry about, you know, a lot of cars are on finance anyway. People, I'm not knocking anyone, but I'm just saying, like, you know, people shouldn't judge a book by its cover. You know, just because someone drives an old car doesn't mean like they shouldn't have any respect on the road. But you get some nice comments about this. Actually, I've noticed there's a couple of videos on TikTok. It's just like, because you don't see them, you know, it's just odd in it. But yeah, it's obviously a lot of people are like, oh, that shouldn't be on the road. Ooh. But it is, and it's legal. It has an MOT, and it's taxed, and I pay insurance. So hey ho. Anyway, let's have a look under the bonnet. I will jump cut. And I have given her a little treat, and for the video as well. She looks pretty nice. Here we go. There we go for a quick clean. I think that comes up quite nice. Yeah, it has power steering. Oh, it has had a new power steering belt actually, or fan belt. I think no, power steering belt, because when you're basically parking, it made a horrendous noise because the belt was slipping. So I think it's the pump making that noise, or the belt, I can't remember. I just love, there's no plastic covers on this. You know, you can see everything, easy to work on. Still got that battery I put on 3.5 years ago. It's never failed to start. You can leave this for a month and it'll start, fuel injected. It's just a really reliable, basic, cheap little car. And I'm going to keep it as long as I can, and this will never be scrapped. When the body's rusted enough and it's not safe, I will just park it in my garden and have it as an ornament and let flowers grow on it. And that'll be a nice little memory, because I doubt this is ever going to be worth anything. I'll be shocked if I ever see one of these go for more than £3,000. Maybe with insane inflation and a really mint one with like stupidly low miles, but still, that'll never be driven, that'll just be stored. So this is very, very usable. But yeah, guys, just be careful, look out for corrosion, because obviously I could have died, to be honest. But I'm even more superstitious about this car because the fact it went when I was stationary makes me think maybe it does have a soul. It needed doing. It's like, right, I'm not going to do it when you're driving or in a multi-story car park. I'll go next to your relatives, get me fixed, and then I'll give you some more reliable motoring. And that's what's going to happen, I think. So yeah, right, we'll just start her up, give it a rev, and I will do a driving video at some point. So I need to get some GoPros, or just a couple of GoPros. I don't really know how you do it. I think, do they just sync together, do they? But yeah, just lovely car, just, well, lovely car, and like, it's just a reliable workhorse. It's like my friend. And I do have more than one car. This isn't my only car, but I can't get rid of this.
Perfect. Well, Neil,
Oh, better turn that off. Copyright. Oh dear. Here we go. Just like never failed to start. Runs spot on, and even has a nice little sound when you rev it, as I did before. Yeah, healthy engine, Mitsubishi. Can't go wrong. So once again, good luck if you want to try finding one of these guys, whether you're in the UK, Malaysia, or I don't know if there's any other countries these were sold in, but they're very rare in the UK. At the time of this video, if you look on eBay, there might be a couple. There's one with a really sort of weird body kit. It doesn't really do it for me. It's a pre-facelift, but it's like, it's a bit over the top. It kind of looks, I don't know, it's got like a spoiler on it. I think it's got a tow bar on it as well. But you know, it's going for nearly £1,000 actually. And there's another one very similar to this with a bit more miles, but better condition. Also for sale. Like suddenly a couple have appeared, but you can go like 3 or 4 months without seeing one, and then one will just appear. But good thing about these were they were bought mostly by older people, so they haven't been abused. So even though these will handle the daily, I don't abuse it, but I have my fun in it. You know, you can take it to the red line, it screams like crazy and everything vibrates, but yeah, don't be scared to, you know, actually use this car and have a bit of fun in it. Just be careful around the corners because it is a bit, you know, boaty, and like I say, watch out for corrosion. And the fan likes to kick in a lot. It never overheats. It loves to keep at a cool temperature. Fan always kicks in. It is about 20 degrees outside at the minute, Celsius. So I'm going to stop waffling. Thank you very much, guys, for all the lovely comments on the last video. This is the update. And as I said before, may this Proton live on for another 3.5 years, maybe? We'll see. I'll keep you updated. Cheers, guys. Happy motoring. Take care and stay safe.